Hey guys, how are we all today?
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year, guys.
Hope you're all having a lovely New Year and everyone's staying safe. We've started up paranormal chats again. We did a poll and a lot of people said that they wanted to see them back. So we're back. And we've got a wonderful new guest and it's Vegas Paranormal.
And she's going to be on screen shortly.
Got a few technical issues, but she'll be on soon.
So I hope everybody's had a really good one. And, and if you do have a, g'day, the
Bud Files,
if you do have a YouTube page, let us know, and we'll make you a moderator.
They're both teams, so we'll give you a blue wrench so you can drop your link.
There you go. There's one. Hey, matey.
Hi, Renee. Thank you for being on. We know 2 o'clock's a weird time in Australia, but it's 7 p.m. in Vegas right now. Can you add the live stream here? Can you add it from there or not?
I'm not sure. I can't unless she clicks on that little link we sent her.
Yeah, can you just click on the link that we sent you? Are you able to just press on that? So the Bud Files are a team. Tennessee Sam's a team.
Yep, so don't forget, guys, just pop down your link because I have made you moderator. So you can pop your link out so people can go over and like your contacts.
And we're subscribed to all your channels, so anyone that's watching, please subscribe to all their channels.
Yeah.
We're big supporters. Have to go. Hi, Jody. How are you?
Hey, Jody.
Have to sign in. That's right. She's still coming. So, Vegas, we're big fans of her page and her YouTube. She's an Urbex explorer and also a paranormal investigator, and she's got some really, really good sites that she's investigated. So I recommend anyone that hasn't got her on your channel, go and have a look at it, and please like, share, and subscribe also. Hi, how are you, lovelies?
Hey, go get them.
We can get make her a moderator so you
drop
can
your
drop your link.
And don't forget, everybody, when you do subscribe to these guys, please like and say something on their pages.
YouTube will take it away otherwise.
Yeah.
So even if it's just awesome, g'day, whatever, please always leave a comment when you sub.
Yeah. And also watch about 2 to 3 minutes so YouTube doesn't take that sub away from the people, guys. So please, if you're going to sub, please do it that way so it supports the family.
And go get them. Sharona is another one of my paranormal sisters. So I recommend you watch her channel. Also, awesome content. We're big fans.
Oh, thank you very much, Tennis. I'm Paranormal Sam. Thank you for sharing us out, mate. And if you drop your link there, mate, so people can come over and check out your page too. So we all support each other.
Yep. We're right into Para-Unity, so we're all one big happy family. Even the non-paranormal channels. I've got one. I'm a big history lover. That's why I do it. So we support all channels.
Yeah. So has anybody got any up-and-coming ghost hunts or anything like that you like to share so people can look out for it? Well, here she comes.
Here she is.
She's going to add it to the screen. Here she comes. Here she is.
Hey, how are you? You're not the first.
I figured it out.
Issues, so don't worry. Welcome, Vegas.
Hey guys, how are you guys?
Good, good. So how you been? Can you hear us?
Huh?
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on.
So
Yeah, there's an echo.
Is there?
probably you have to
Echo,
turn your
echo,
TV or something down because sometimes that might feed back too.
Hello. Anyone that's just joined? Gedden's not got a blue wrench yet.
Yes, yes.
Oh, she has?
Oh, yes.
Oh, good.
So what we normally do on these little shows, we normally ask questions. So what got you into the paranormal there, Lisa?
I've always been into the paranormal ever since I was a kid. And there was
Giggles.
I can it's echoing on my end. I don't know how to
Is
get rid of
It's
that.
really weird. Oh,
I don't. I'm not sure why, because sometimes it does that to a few people. And just go get them, girls. You can share your link because you are a moderator.
Anyone that's got a blue wrench, please drop your links. Don't need to ask, just drop them away. And I recommend that anyone that watches subscribe to these channels.
All right, let me try now. All right. Okay. It's not echoing no more.
Okay.
Yay. We can hear you fine. It's not echoing our end, but we do have a delay. So we tend to always try and not speak over you because sometimes it comes up that you finish speaking and we go to speak again and it's like a delay. So
Right.
if that happens, we're apologizing in advance. We're more savvy.
No, there's no delay. There's no delay. I had two of you guys is on my screen. So it was echoing and echoing. Okay, so what got me into the paranormal, I've always been interested in it as a kid. And then my grandma, she started making herself a little bit more known as I was getting older. I had this one time where I was in my room. I was actually waitressing at the time, and I was counting my tips and, rolling my change and stuff. And out of nowhere, my light actually clicked off. Like, you could see the little thing, like, turn, and it would click off. So after that, I was like, okay. So then another event had took place where a friend of mine had passed away recent. It was sudden, really sudden. And then I started having, like, I guess, psychic visions at that point. I was like, I don't know, more into like my 20s. And I guess he kind of showed me like when the bag was being like zipped up, like at his final moment or whatever. And then after that, it just kind of just kept on going. And then just more recent events. And then when I moved to Williamsburg, Virginia, I lived on a battleground, and I had spirits walk through my house. This one, it was like the weekend we were supposed to go to Trans-Allegheny, and it was thunderstorming where we were, but there was tornadoes throughout the whole entire area, which was really weird. And then we started seeing like spirits that day walking through our house because, of all the energy from the storms and stuff. And it just kept on going and she kept on going. And we get out here, and the reason we moved out to Vegas was for the simple fact that I wanted to expand, for one, my abilities for the paranormal, as in hearing them, seeing them. And, I've already been able to do that. But out here, it enhanced so much more, because out here, I'm getting more paranormal evidence because I'm also on a huge haunted area. Like, Vegas is very haunted as it is because it's a Western, it's a Western area where a lot of dramatic events took place between the Indians and I guess you can say the white man, as they called it back then, So, but I've always had a fascination for the paranormal. Even when I was like 5, I would always get books on witches and paranormal and stuff like that. It's just been a part of me for a long time.
Aw.
Somebody did ask you a question. I think you just answered it for them. Where you are now.
I have a question for Lisa. Why did you reallocate from Virginia to Las Vegas?
So I've never belonged on the East Coast. When my mom and dad, when I was little, they brought me to San Diego when I was a little girl, and they brought me to the beach. When I was a baby, they always put me on the beach. And when they moved out to Virginia, I just never felt like I belonged out there. I always felt out of place. I always felt like I didn't belong there. It was it's just a feeling, when I was 10 years old, I would tell people I'm moving to the West Coast. I just always knew I belonged out here. And then when I finally moved out here, I felt like I belonged here, but I was miserable. I was very miserable. And I stayed out there for my kids because I was actually in a situation before I got with my husband and everything that I had to put my kids in foster care, and I had to fight the system for them. Also, I dealt with a lot of really shitty situations. So I pretty much wanted to get out of there for a lot of reasons. I did some paranormal stuff over there. Like I went to Salem. I went to the Eastern State Penitentiary. I did an investigation at Trans-Allegheny. I would go to this plantation in Charles City, Virginia. And I actually have a bond with a spirit there. I hope someone lets him know eventually that I moved, because I don't think he knows I moved. But it was just because I was really miserable. I knew I always belonged out here, and I was just really miserable in Virginia. I did not like Virginia, especially where I was living. Williamsburg, Virginia, to me, was like a hellhole, and it felt like prison.
Understandable. And we've been watching your hospital one. That was extremely excellent video. Everybody, please subscribe to her. Just pop your link up there if you can.
Thank you.
If not, I'll try to do it my side. And so, people can see your context, because it's really good. And I like how you don't just do ghost hunting, but you do also abandoned places. They're incredible videos that me and Julie watch together.
Thank you.
Places.
Huh?
We love abandoned places. We're fascinated by them.
So am I. We had fun last night. Oh my God. My husband decided he wanted to do some acrobatic shit last night. But yeah, the hospital, I'm actually I want to talk about that a little bit. So of course someone gave us that location, obviously. And so we went and checked it out during the day. And I can feel spirits. Like I said before, I can feel them, I can hear them, I can sense them. I've actually responded to them in recent investigations. That hospital, it's got a vibe to it during the day. During the day, it's not as creepy as it is at nighttime, but during the day, it's like, it's got a little darkness to it. It's just a little darkness. But when you go there at night, as soon as you pull up to that place, it wants to eat you, and you can feel it. As soon as you walk up, as soon as you drive up to the entrance, it feels like it wants to eat you. Wow. And when I actually drive up to it, I have to do this. I have to go like that. Like I have to do the whole woosa bit, because I can actually feel it as soon as we drive on to the one street that gets us there. So we go inside, and when we go inside, it's like an eerie feeling. It's like some part welcoming, some part like unwelcoming. It just depends on what part of the hospital you go to. But it's just basically from an outsider looking in, because that's why I want to explain it from an outsider looking in. It's really interesting, or insider looking out. There you go. it is really an interesting place. There is a lot of dark history there. There is a lot of dark history there, and you can feel it too. You can feel a lot of the history that's there if you're in tune with your spiritual side. Now, if you're just there to go play around, have fun. But you will, if you get too, rude, the spirits will let you know. They will let you know. I've gotten a lot of evidence just in the couple times that I was there, but the last time we were there, we actually were just doing a walkthrough, and I got so much evidence in that video, and I'm over here like, I wasn't trying to do all this, but hey, thank you.
Oh,
But
that's awesome. It does look dark when I watch it. It has like a foreboding sort of feel about it. And I did see a couple of times in your videos like a dark shadow following you, so that was pretty creepy.
Oh, I felt it. I could feel it when we were in that one area playing peekaboo. We were with somebody, and he's not really into and like connected to the paranormal like I am. So like, you don't ask a dark shadow to come down the hallway.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't mean to call him out or anything, and that's not even the point of that. It's just when someone says, "Oh my God, I can see a spirit," and it's a dark one. Like, I can see a dark shadow. I saw it with my own eyes, and you're like, "Oh well, can you come down here?" No, you don't do that. You don't call us, especially when it's got the energy that it had. No, you don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't call stuff like that. Oh, well, can you come down here? No, let it be there. Hence why it's there.
Yeah.
And I told him, it can stay right where it's at. As you guys saw in the video, it can stay where it's at, because I didn't like the energy coming off of that hallway. And I knew it was coming from that basically mass or the spirit or whatever it was. And I think that's the darkness that hovers that hotel. I keep on wanting to call this place a hotel for some reason. I think at one point before this hospital was there, it was a hotel.
Pardon me.
I know, right? I think at one point before the hospital was put there, I think it was a hotel. I really do. Because I keep wanting to call the place the hotel. I mean, it is a hotel for spirits, just saying.
Yeah. No. I just want to acknowledge Hunter. How are you? And the Real Paranormal. Please, if you've got a blue wrench already, drop your links. Yep. No one needs to ask, just drop them.
And if you do follow, make sure you do follow Lisa's Vegas Paranormal. I saw Real Paranormal dropped her link. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe and watch her videos because she's amazing. She gets right in there. I even liked when you went to the prison and you acted like you're the police officer. You're the police officer. You've done security and you really gave it to them. And I know it's really, really go girl.
Thank you. The prison in itself, that was fun. That was interesting. There was a group that actually got attacked when we were in. So when the prison, there's so many places in that place that are just, oh my God, haunted. But there's blocks that are by themselves, and so it goes. If I'm reckoning right, so you walk down this walkway, you got Unit 11 here, Unit 9 here. So the odds are on your right and the evens are on your left. If you're walking this way, there is a live prison on the other side. So you got to be careful when you walk up this walkway with flashlights, because if the live prison on the other side sees flashlights, they pretty much close down the prison. They put on the alarm. Oh, it's a dramatic mess. So you got to be careful with your flashlights. But this one group I was with, they're really cool people. They're really awesome. They classified me as a what's it called? A professional investigator, which I was like, oh, thank you, But they went in this one. We all went in this one unit, and the dude that went up there, he was taunting the spirit that's in there, and it was a very masculine spirit. And he was taunting it. And that's one thing you don't want to do with these spirits in there, because they'll let you know they're there. And he got attacked. And so we all had to bring him outside. And of course, I had to call my angel Michael, because my angel Michael's always with me when I do this stuff. So if that's a question for everybody, am I protected? Yes, I'm protected by my angel. I also wear tiger's eye. That's also a protection stone. If you ever go to an investigation, for those that are into crystals and stuff, protection, tiger's eye is a protection stone. So I had that on me, and then I had my opalite, and then I had my moonstone. So I had all those on me. And then I called Michael down, and I could feel, as soon as I called Michael, the release from the spirit itself. I could feel it. It's hard to explain. But when you know, you know. And so after that event, I was like, yeah, no. So I went off with Susan. And Susan's the owner of the prison. If anybody's interested in getting in touch with her to investigate, please let me know, by the way. I can give you her information, and you guys can go ahead and call her and stuff, because she's really looking for more investigators to do the prison. But with that being said, so I went off with her. So we were in, I don't even remember. We were in so many places and caught so much stuff. We went upstairs to this one area where she was showing me the cells and stuff, and how you have to turn the door. There's like this thing that you turn, and it shuts all the cell doors. Okay. So we're doing an EVP session, and of course I have my flashlight, because I love playing the flashlight game. It's so fun. And I had it in my arm along with the Ren Pod bear. The flashlight goes off, and I'm like, oh my God, the flashlight's on. And then all of a sudden you hear the door slam, And after that, we're like, hello. I mean, you saw the video. We're like, hello, is anybody there, And a spirit, we're like, oh my God, did you hear that door? And the spirit responds, that was me. Now, I didn't realize, but I responded to it at that moment, but I didn't realize I responded to it until I watched the video. And I was just like, I responded to it. Oh my God. And I played it back for my husband, and I was like, you hear that? I responded to it. So nonchalantly, I responded to a spirit. So I hear them when they're loud enough. That prison, that was an investigation that I can't wait to do again, which I will be doing in a couple weeks.
Oh, awesome. Because it was a very interesting place, and you got a lot of evidence, different things. What's been your favorite Urbex besides the prison? I know that's probably one of your favorites.
My favorite Urbex. Oh my God. There's been so many. My favorite exploration. I don't know. Oh yes, I remember now. The brothel. The one that's off of
where you got the interesting SLS.
Yes. How'd you figure?
Hey, Web.
All right.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna
drop your link, please. We'll give you a blue wrench.
All right. So me and my daughter, she's into the paranormal. You'll see her in a couple of my videos, the little short one. We call her Duck. If you ever, so you know who I'm referring to, I always call her Duck. She's always had that nickname since she was little. Mm-hmm. And me and her, we went out one day, and I wanted to, play with the SLS a little bit and see, what I could capture. And so we go inside and we walk around. And now at this one location, it's actually kind of like starting to fall apart, which all of the abandoned shit out here is doing, which sucks. But the place is starting to fall apart. So I wanted to get more on camera before it's finally gone. So we're walking around, and there's this one room that has a jacuzzi. Now, when I went on my birthday, hi, kitty.
That's Jackie Bum. That's my cat.
This is her boyfriend. If I catch him.
Sorry for interrupting.
Oh, no, it's perfect. Hi, baby. Oh, so pretty.
Little boy. He's my daughter's cat, but he's adopted me.
My cat likes to sit on my shoulder. She's so adorable about it.
This is how crazy I am. I ring him when I'm at work. So I can FaceTime the cat.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh my goodness. All right, back.
It is on every live.
KFC every week. We order KFC just for the cats. And
Oh,
yeah, we leave the aircon on when it's hot because we don't want them getting too hot or too cold.
that's right. Y'all
yes,
have in your summer.
We're crazy.
Yeah, y'all are in your summer, aren't you?
Yeah, it's hasn't been a bad one. We're really only hitting 30 degrees, but the humidity is really high.
Y'all can have fun with that humidity. That's all you.
Yeah, so
I know what that's like. That's another reason I left Virginia. But so we went here on my birthday. My first experience was on my birthday, and the refrigerator was actually standing up like this. So I was like, all right, cool. You know, I wanted to go back, check it out. Well, when I went back, the refrigerator was laying down. So I'm like, okay. I was like, all right. So we're walking around. We got the SLS, and I put it on. I was like, well, and when I went there the first time, I felt something in that room. You know, I was like, and that's why I went back, because I wanted to confirm it. So I put the SLS on the jacuzzi, right? And of course, here's a spirit. And I'm like, oh. I was like, can you wave? And he's like, and then he just goes into fucking the person. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna leave and I'll come back and let y'all do your dirty business. Okay, whatever, y'all have fun. So I walk around, you know, I let them do their dirty business. I don't know how long it took, but I guess it took a hot minute. Because when I walked back then the SLS was just back on the one spirit. But when we did walk around to the front, there was like this ginormous stick figure. And I didn't like the energy that was coming off of that. So I was like, yeah, Doug, it's time to go. And I was like, I'm not liking the energy off of that. Because that shit, it did freak me out. I mean, sometimes it'll freak me out just a little, especially if I can feel an evil presence. I can feel a heart racing, and it'll come out of nowhere. Like, when there's an evil or negative, like, presence around, my heart will literally, it'll start racing, but at the same time, I'll start getting very uncomfortable. I'll be like, you know what it's like, Julia. You're a speaker.
Yeah.
You know. And
Jason gets that too. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. The delay again. Yeah, he gets that. You know, I'll just get a feeling when I'm there. I kind of pick up the residual. I'll think this is what's happened, like you do. But if he feels there's negative around, he'll warn me.
Yeah, like my husband, we had a location we did. It was a Cavalier, and a YouTuber actually went there, and I'll never watch him again because of the wrong information that he gave to this about this place. But at the end of the day, I also grew up there with events, and I also did security at this place too, so I know a lot of history about it. And I also was there before they renovated it. A 2-year job took like 5 years. It's supposed to be done. They started the repairs in 2012. It didn't get done until 2018. That just shows you how long it took, because they couldn't keep workers in there, because anytime they put their equipment on one spot, they come back the next day, it'd be 3 floors up, and you're like, the fuck? You know, looking around like, how did our equipment, you know? But we did that, and when I was there, before they renovated it and stuff, the pool in there actually looked like the Titanic, which was really beautiful. Oh, it was gorgeous. But whenever we would drive by there, this place would attack my husband. Okay, so now mind you, okay, all right, see those palm trees over there? Okay, that's how far it would be. And where we'd be right here on the street, that's how far we would be from the place, and it would still attack my husband. It had a vendetta for my husband. Like, I swear, anytime we drive by, he'd get a headache, he'd want to puke, he'd start coughing. So finally, I'm like, all right, when we scheduled it, we actually scheduled the event for my son, you know, for his birthday, because he's a Christmas baby. And oh my God, they treated him like royalty. We got pretty much into places in there that nobody else could go. We were actually on the 7th floor. For security brought us on the 7th floor. It was pretty awesome. It's called the Cavalier Hotel. I don't know if anybody in the comments knows if that is, but it's in Virginia Beach, Virginia. It's a really haunted place. Mr. Coors, the beer creator of Coors, actually died there. So that was his final location of him being alive. And they don't know if he was murdered or if he committed suicide. I did an EVP session, and the videos in my channel, there's a vague whisper that says help. So
Wow.
I'm taking it he was pushed out of a window.
Wow.
Yeah. So I guess that somebody got pissed off that he had mad money and they wanted his fortune, and all you had to do is just ask him hey, you're broke, just say, hey, can I borrow $100, you know? Instead of like offing the person shit.
Just want to acknowledge anyone that we haven't said hello to yet. You got Steve. Steve can have a blue wrench. He's got a channel.
Yep, I already got that. Cool. And if anybody's got any questions for Lisa, just pop it in the chat, and then I'll bring it up for her.
Yep.
But if you've got any questions about anything, please just ask a question, and it will go from there for you guys.
Yeah. And
I have a question for you.
Oh, okay.
So what got you guys into cemeteries?
Me. Ever since I was a little girl, cemeteries are my thing. I've always had the gift I can see spirit. When I was little, they used to scare the crap out of me. So being religious, I used to pray for it to go away, because they'd come in my bedroom. I'd be sleeping with the quilt like that, and they'd be in my room going, hey, or touching the bed light or something like that. And I used to get freaked out. And because I was Catholic, I was raised to believe that all that was evil. It wasn't really spirit. It was, who tricking me. So I used to fight it. Then when I was a teenager, I was under psychic attack. I don't know if it's got to do with the energy, but it's very common when children tend to hit puberty that they tend to have darker forces come and present themselves. And I managed to get out of that, but then it got me curious. Why is this happening to me?
Right.
Cemeteries is also, I love the history. I love roaming around them and looking at the tombstone, looking at the name, wondering what their life was like, or, just the usual stuff, because it is our heritage. And one day I'll be there and one day have a tombstone with a name on it or something, and it's just the fascination of that, and the fact that I can go and have peace and quiet. No one's going to bother me.
Now, have you ever I have a thing where I can actually put my hand on a tombstone and I can actually see the person. I've had a couple of those when I was in Virginia. There's this place called Beacon Castle. I actually did that one day. I was like, well, I'm just going to see. I wish, I saw the spirit, the person that was laid to rest. And it was weird because, and I can still see the image till this day. I literally put my hand on a grave and I actually saw her in her time, like, with the big dresses and, her hair all poofed up. Cause back then, your hair wasn't allowed down. You had to wear poofy dresses, so this way they couldn't see your figure, But have you been ever able to do that?
No, look, I'm not that psychic. Jason sees them all the time, and he talks to them. He'll say, there's a man over there, there's kids running over there. He can do all that kind of thing. He'll describe. Every now and then I'll get a glimpse of them, because I was so afraid I blocked a lot. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm more clairaudient these days. So what happens when I channel, they show me like pictures in my mind. So I can go, look, I can see a lady here. She's got brown hair. She's about this tall. I'll describe it that way, but they do it in a gentler way, because I get frightened if they're just standing in front of me.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And I think
that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense, because if you're not as open to it, they'll find another way. And spirits are some of them do have a sense of humor, and some of them, and I've noticed that more of the females will actually be more gentle, but the males, they don't give a F.
No, they can be quite abrupt. But I have like when because I do readings for people, and I have said to them, I've blown a couple away. I've said, so-and-so says, thank you for that orange flower you left them on their grave the other day. She goes, how did you know? I went to my grandfather's cemetery and I left him an orange flower. And they'll do things like that. They'll talk,
Right.
I can hear them and I can see them in my mind. But for them to walk up to me, my heart,
like, no, not today, Satan. Bye-bye. Poop be gone.
Normally, I'm the one that goes, is that all you got?
Yeah, he's the one that looks for trouble. I'm the one that avoids it.
Oh yeah, I have that one in my house right now. Yeah, last night. So I'm gonna. My husband. Oh my God, last night. We were doing. It was pretty much. Last night was just urban. It really wasn't a paranormal, which kind of works out because I was looking for something to do urban wise. So I tell this dude. Now there's a reason why things are locked, right? There's a reason for that. Okay. Now the windows, the glass is like rigid out and stuff. I'm like, dude, please don't cut yourself. We don't need to go to a hospital. Of course, David, he's his mom's crash test dummy. Okay. This is living proof of this. Okay. So this dude climbs in the window. All right. We're like, all right, I was like, please be careful. And you can hear me say all this stuff in the video. Please do not go in there. Please be careful. So I'm talking to Duck. And I'm like, and you've seen in some of my videos where I'll acknowledge the Vegas light pollution. Okay, well, you can see it in California too. Oh my God. So you can see it in Arizona and you can see it in California. Oh my God, it's so damn bright. So we're sitting here and I'm talking to Duck and all you hear is crash, plunk. And I'm like, are you okay? And then I stopped the video. Come to find out, and this dude wanted to fly into the tub. He wanted to see what it felt like flying into a tub. And I'm like, so I'm like, really, dude? And he's got cuts and stuff on his hands and all this other stuff. And I'm like, do we need to go to the hospital? He's like, no, I'm good. And so finally, we get to the bathroom and, he finally washes his hands and stuff. So I checked his hand just to make sure we didn't have to go to the hospital. Thank God we didn't. But there's been other times like this dude, 3 days before our wedding, just slice opens his thumb. Oh, thanks. So the day before our wedding, not only am I trying to get ready, but I'm also bringing him to appointments, bringing him here, trying to call everybody, trying to cook. It was great. It was great. 3 days before the wedding.
As long as it all turned out beautiful, though.
Oh yeah, it turned out great, but still, it was a chaotic mess. Experiences, personally, yes, I've had them because I know someone wants to ask that. I feel it. Somebody wants to ask that. I don't know who, but it's in someone's brain. Okay. So I've had experiences, yes. Actually, when I was living in Chesapeake, Virginia, this one's a little weird. I've never really spoke about this to anybody except for people that I'm really close with. So it was right when I just had my first son, Austin, and I was trying to, get my life a little bit on track. And I was in this one trailer and I had woke up, but you know how you lay there, you're awake, but you're nonchalantly awake, but you're awake. So when I had woken up, my heart was racing. I literally felt something by the window. And it scared me. And I was like, okay, this doesn't feel right. So I was like, all right, I closed my eyes and I act like it wasn't there. Next thing I know, my head is being pushed into the pillow, like being pushed down. And I couldn't move. At this point, I felt like I also couldn't breathe. So the person I was with at the time, I had to find a way to wake him up. So I kicked him. I kicked his because I was laying like this. He was laying on the other side. and I had to kick him to wake him up. Finally, he woke up, and when he woke up, my head could move again and stuff. He's like, "What?" And I was like, "I don't know." I don't know. And a couple of days prior to that, we were actually sitting in the room talking, and something had flown off the shelf. But at this time, something had flown off the shelf in the room, but also had flown somewhere in the kitchen. So at that point, after we found out what it was, we got rid of the item that was causing all of it. And after that, I kind of sort of just shut it out, like just turned it off, because it was just too much for me to handle at that point in time. It was when I got with my husband is when I really, really started focusing on that gift, because he was very open to it. He was very accepting of it. Unlike other people, when they're closed-minded to it, they don't understand it, so they call you crazy. So my husband's very open to it. His family's very open to it. So when I got with him, I kind of sort of just reopened that door. And how I did that, I meditated, which was interesting.
And don't forget, guys, please sub to Lisa's channel. It's up on the top there. You can see Vegas Paranormal. Just click on it, sub, and don't forget, guys, please comment and leave a like, because YouTube will take it off if you don't comment. So please, guys, sub to people. Please comment and like on the videos, guys.
That's what I've been doing.
That's got a blue wrench. Sorry, Lisa.
Yep.
Drop your link as much as you want. Don't need to ask.
Ghostly Whisper, you also got a blue wrench, so you can share your link.
So how many people are in chat?
I've got about 8, I think, or 10 now. Just jumped.
10. There's also people that watch it, like in Australia, because it's the afternoon. A lot of people would be, it's not school time yet, but a lot of people would be still at work. So you'll find people come home and watch it.
Right.
So we've probably got a bigger viewing thing overseas at the moment, because it's nighttime for you. People have done their job today and sitting down and relaxing. But with Australia, it's kind of like most people finish work around 3 or 4, sometimes 5. So you'll probably find more views tonight. What we're going to do after the live, we'll put your link up and also in the community page. So,
That's really awesome. Like that you guys are doing this, you're doing this. It's really awesome that you guys are doing this for other YouTubers to help them expand and, help them grow. I give you guys mad respect for that, because, not a lot of people.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
It helps each other, because we need the live for extra views. We're not monetized, and, we're not asking for anything. We do this because we love it. But it helps the smaller channels get out there, so people know who you are and get to know your channel, and it gives us views. So, if you ever want to come on for a future chat, we're going to have one every fortnight. Hit us up. We're happy to have you on.
I appreciate that.
So, and I mean, you don't have to have a paranormal channel. We've got a few guests coming up that don't. We've actually got a producer that's coming on.
Bet. That's nice.
I don't know, Jason. He did a documentary. It was in the movies a couple of years ago. You can look it up on Google. It's called Ghost Hunter. But the producer has also made other movies as well. But he's going to come on and talk about what a producer looks for when he looks on YouTube. What jumps out to him? So it'll give people tips on, how to be noticed, and that to the people that you want to advertise to.
And Steve, the answer to your question, what does fortnight mean? That means in 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks. Sorry.
We're going to do a live investigation one week and then a chat the other week. Only reason being our work schedules. We often only have 1 or 2 days where we're both not working. So that's why we're trying to fit it in. And then also to our overseas guests like Lisa, we're trying to fit it in where, you know, it's a legible time for you and it's a legible time for us. So
That was loud.
yeah.
Sorry about that. I'm outside because everybody's
That's
inside.
all right.
No. Sorry, I've been yabbering on.
No, you're good. Speaking of which, I did want to mention something.
Yeah, of course.
All right. So you guys know I work with Web 702, and every once in a while I work with Black Collar Project. And then I'm actually going to be working with Sam this year. I hope he's still watching. I'm going to be working with him. I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Awesome.
And I'm going to be working with a couple other people too. If everything goes right, like it's supposed to, I'm also going to be working with the Real Paranormal. I'm excited for that. Because he's a really cool dude. I like him a lot. He's a really cool dude. We both have the same gifts kind of, and he's just really nice guy. But I wanted to let people know, okay, we go out and film stuff on our own time, on our own money, on our own dime. Okay. So you can see me going to California every other week. I have to plan that out. You can see me going here. I have to plan that out. I have to make sure my bills are paid. I have to make sure I have the money to do it. I have to make sure I have the gas because the hospital is actually 3 hours from my house. The baker is actually 3 hours or about an hour and a half, 2 hours from my house. The locations that I go to are not in Vegas. They are not in Vegas, but my channel is Vegas Paranormal. And the reason why it is because I live in Vegas and I'm into the paranormal. And I also had help from another person that helped me change my name because my other name just wasn't getting any traffic. So that's why it's called Vegas Paranormal. But when I investigate, it is not in Vegas. It is literally between 3 to sometimes 6, sometimes, excuse me, vaping, man. Sometimes it's a 24-hour drive. Sometimes it just depends on the location. We fund ourselves until we get monetized. I am not monetized yet. That's what we're all working towards, so your views, your likes, your subscribes actually help us get to our goals and our channels. And I want to make that very loud and clear. And I know Webb has made it loud and clear on his channel. I want to make it loud and clear in this chat. The content we give you guys, and I'm saying with you guys, the content that where everybody is giving everybody is on our own time. It's on our own dime. We pay for it until we get monetized, and that's why I'm here to help other channels. I'm here to, if you got advice, if you need advice, ask me. I'll help you the best way I can. Same with you guys.
Yep.
If you know what I'm saying, like we're here to help each other out. At least I am. I'm here to help. I am actually helping someone right now grow his channel because he was starting to doubt himself. And I'm like, nah, bro, this is how you do that. I was like, you got this many followers on this thing. You just, you spam them. Thanks to Jason teaching me that. Thank you, Jason. I spam people's messenger. I spam people's direct message. I spam Facebook. I spam text messages. I don't care. I will spam people with my link. You want to know something? I'm at almost I'm at 369 subs right now. And it's all because I took Jason's advice and I spam people, So the advice that I get from you guys, I also give to others, because that's what we're here to do. At least that's what I'm here to do. That's what you guys are here to do,
Also, you got a message from Steve. I'll just bring it up for you. He's
love to do an adventure with you, Vegas Paranormal. I'm an empath and sensitive.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Then there's the other message for you from him again.
So where are you from, Steve?
Kingman is an hour away.
Okay.
Tell him that I'm okay. So I'm also Vegas Paranormal on Facebook, but Paranormal is separated. So it's Vegas and then Para and then Normal, because I had to in order to get that on Facebook, I had to go Vegas and then put Para in the middle name and then Normal as the last name. So it would actually change my name on Facebook. And I did that too, in case people do want to collab with me. So this way they can message me and stuff like that. Just tell them to message me, find me on Facebook and message me. and we'll go from there. Because I've seen him in a lot of people's chats, and he gets acknowledged, but he doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gets acknowledged. And then, you know, when push comes to shove, like, and when someone's like on an investigation or something, you know, he'll get noticed, but then they, you know, just on to the next person saying hey or whatever. When I do my lives, if I go on an investigation, I do my lives, I will acknowledge everybody, and I'll try and have a conversation. Speaking of which, YouTube is funny about that. So that's another thing. When I'm doing a live and your comments come in, they come in and then they disappear. So it's not like I'm not acknowledging you. It's just, if I'm at a location and you're trying to talk to me, I can only see, I'll look down and I'll see the comments. And then as soon as I get ready to respond, they'll disappear. And then I have to push on the screen and finally be like, oh, okay. Hey, this person, hey, this person, hey, this person. So it's not like we're ignoring you. It's how YouTube does things. Like, they'll like, the comments will come in and then they'll disappear, you know? So I only get to see a glimpse of it until I tap on the screen. So I wanted to make that loud and clear that we're not ignoring y'all. We're like, same with you guys. I'm pretty sure it does the same thing.
It does. I've seen comments when I've been at work and I've gone, when I get home, I'm going to respond to them all. And then sometimes one or two's gone missing. And then I feel bad I haven't responded.
Right.
Thought they probably think I'm ignoring them or don't like their comment or something, but it's gone missing. It's just gone missing. So if I haven't responded, I apologize again. You know, it's not you, it's YouTube.
Exactly. So, and then that's what I wanted to bring that up too, because I wanted people to know, it's YouTube. It's not me. It's not the other person doing a live. It's YouTube. Your comments will show up and then they'll disappear on the screen. Because I noticed that when I did the prison, I didn't realize so many people were watching. I was like, because I was just doing that as a test run. Because, you know, Black Collar's like, hey, you can do live now. And I'm like, really? You should have told me that. So I'm in the car and I'm trying to, you know, well, I know I shouldn't do this, but I was at a stoplight, and I normally don't really mess with my phone unless I'm at a stoplight. And I was playing with the live button, and then I was like, well, nobody's showing up. Not realizing people are showing up. And I was like, all right, cool. So I was like, okay, well, no one showed up, so I'm gonna delete that one. I was like, oh, then I'm gonna do this one again. And then I was sitting in the parking lot at the prison, and I was doing the same thing, not realizing people were watching, because my husband's like, oh, I saw you doing this, and I'm like, oh shit. So then I deleted that one. So when we were in the unit 9, and I was actually in the where we were in the cafeteria, or we we're in that block where you guys came on and was like, oh my God, this place is really cool. That's when I realized people were watching, and I was like, oh shit, people are actually watching me right now. I was like, oh crap. And then I realized, I was like, yeah, my lighting sucks. I was like, this is not cool. And that's why I've gotten a little bit of better lighting and stuff. So that was actually a test run. I was just checking it out, see if it really worked. Now that I know it works, there will be more lives. I just don't know when I want to do them. So if you are subbed to me, lives will be random. They will be random. And I have 2 videos. I actually have a video coming out right now. So I do have a video coming out right now. And then I have another one coming out Saturday. Saturday is the one with all the paranormal all the paranormal evidence that I captured. That one's coming out Saturday. Tuesday is part 3 of the Urban Explorer with Webb. And then I have another. So my schedule is going to start being on Saturdays. I'm going to give you a cliffhanger or a clickbait, and it's basically going to show you what to look forward in the next video. And then Tuesday is going to be the actual video, and then Thursday is going to be blooper day. It's going to be.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
And I was actually going to put that on. Huh?
I'm looking forward to the bloopers.
Oh yeah, this one I can't wait for my because I'm actually going to have to start doing that in February, because I pretty much have this month all scheduled out for videos. But the one that I'm actually editing right now, that's not going to be out till February. So last night's adventure won't be out till February. So Saturday is a clip of it, and then Tuesday will be the actual video, and then Thursday will be a blooper from the actual video. So I want to start doing that so people can see behind the screens of what, because I know people want to paranormal investigate with me and explore with me because of my personality. I am such a damn goober. I know I'm a goober, but it also took me a long time to get where I'm at today mentally, you know, and you guys know my story. So.
Yeah.
Oh, look, we've seen you grow amazingly over the last few months. We're only new YouTubers ourselves. I can honestly say I watch a lot of videos. There's no bad channel.
No.
Everybody's unique, and everybody learns as they grow. So we make mistakes. We're only human, and you know, there's something there for everyone. And we're here to help each other. And but I've seen you grow amazingly.
Yeah,
I think
thank you.
Just really, you've shown.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to seeing more stuff. So that's
I have plenty of it planned. Trust me. It's just getting to the damn months. It's like, is February here yet? Nope. Is March here yet? Nope. Is April here yet? No. April's like, screw you, bitch. You're gonna have to wait. Oh, okay. You know.
You had me at a cliffhanger with that hospital, the dark hospital. And if you guys want the cliffhanger, you're going to have to watch her channel too. I'm not going to say it because it'll spoil it. I was right into it, and I was watching the next minute ended, and I went, what the? Now I'm going to have to wait for the next one.
I like to do that. And the thing is, I love to put to be continued because it's so funny because I ask people if they watch it, what do they think about the whole to be continued? Does it piss them off? Because I'm curious. I'm just curious to know. Does that aggravate everybody when I say to be continued?
No, I actually liked it. It didn't piss me off. I was just like, damn, I wanted to see it now. I've got to wait a few days.
Yeah, I do that because that's how they do it in the movies, man. Where you're into it, you're watching it, and it's just like, damn it. And of course at the end, because we watched 9/11 Lone Star, and I could tell in this episode that we just watched a couple days ago that it was starting to end, and I was like, yep, they're gonna drag this out till next week, or you know, you can tell when a show is gonna drag it out. But I love doing the to be continued. I started that actually with the prison. When I did the prison, I was not expecting that to be a 5-part series. I really wasn't. But there was so much evidence, and there were so many videos that I really wanted to put out there, but I just couldn't because it was, it just didn't fit in, if that made sense. You know, there was just parts of it I was just like, but there were other videos that I wanted to put out there, but it just had nothing to do with what I was going for, you know?
Yeah.
And especially with, huh?
Oh, sorry, I interrupted again. It was a delay.
No, you're
sorry,
good, babe.
guys.
You're
I
good.
seem really rude.
No, you don't.
I forgot what I was going to say anyway, so carry on.
Oh, okay. But there are some times when I'm editing and I'll have to do like clips, like I'll have to stop for some reason. And then like I'll get back into it and it'll be like this amount of distance or this amount of length or stuff, and then I'll go back and watch and I'm like, yeah, I can't use that. I did want to use, when we went to the Washoe Club, that one was interesting. We did the Washoe Club and I'm still, okay, so that damn mannequin. Oh my God. If y'all watch my video, y'all will know about the damn mannequin. We were walking, I think it was on the 3rd floor. Yeah, because the demon room is on the 3rd floor, the red room, whatever the hell they want to call it. So I'm walking with Duck because Duck went with us. And she, like I said, she's my little go-getter, man. She's just like me. And we're upstairs. We're doing an SLS. And now they have mannequins throughout the whole entire building, okay? They have one in a little corner, and then they have one upstairs, and they're just sporadically throughout the place. So I'm sitting here, and I'm walking through, and I am trying to find this room because I was all distorted because it's at nighttime. And a lot of places like to distort you at nighttime, especially if there's a lot of activity. And all of a sudden, I don't even notice it. Okay. I'm just like, all right. And I look this way and I'm like, holy fucking shit, there's a mannequin. Oh my God. And that scared the shit. And everybody downstairs heard me. So that just tells you how loud I was very, because that thing scared the crap out of me. And the mannequin, spirits don't scare me. Okay, they don't scare me unless you, like I said, they're negative.
I remember that part.
Yes, I mean, I'm like
hiding around the corner or
yes.
something.
I'm like, oh my god, and it almost felt like it was like, okay, so you saw the hat on the mannequin, right? That hat was the actual hat that was thrown at her.
Wow.
Okay, but I'm also gonna put, you saw in the video how that wall was right there, right?
Yeah.
And how you had to walk around, right? So that hat, when David and Black Collar Project and Webb, when they all went up there, because it was all three of them, and all three of them were sporadically they were all separated throughout the building. So when David went up there, he said that the hat was on the ground. Nobody had been up there to put that hat on the ground. Okay, so he said he put the hat back on the mannequin, and then when they started doing the whole thing with the red room and stuff, that hat literally was thrown from that mannequin into the room at her. So like that's what I wanted to get into with that, because I wanted to show you the distance from that mannequin to that room. That hat was basically thrown by force, and you could see how it was chucked.
Wow.
Now Mock was somewhere in the building. David was somewhere, and obviously Herb didn't do it because Herb was tied up. You know, so that was really, really one piece of evidence that we did capture. But I also did a video in there. I was talking to the creepy doll. Y'all saw that creepy doll, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was in there. I was doing it. EVP. Huh?
I'm not a doll fan.
Neither am I. Oh my god. But we were, I was actually sitting in that room for an hour with that doll. Oh my God. I thought it was going to jump up and hit me in the face that moment sometimes, because it was just so damn creepy. But, I couldn't use that video because there was just too much noise. There was just too much distortion. I just couldn't use the video. So I clipped out what I got from an EVP. I clipped out just a little bit, and I've actually learned how to do that thanks to everybody. And, thanks to our group, I've learned how to clip out videos, and I've learned how to, make them smaller or make them little, and just so you can get a little clip or a little glance of what's going on. And that's the only part I could use of that moment. But that actually was like a 40-minute session right there that I couldn't use.
Wow.
And then, yeah, and then I was actually in the room where Ghost Adventures captured the spirit. Remember how in their thing they captured the spirit walking? I was in that room for a good hour, and I couldn't use the evidence in there because there was just too much talking. There was just too much. The bar downstairs was still open. People on their motorcycles were driving by so loud. I just couldn't use that video. So there are videos that I do get that I can't use. So I have to basically use the best video that I have and basically merge it together to make the videos that I make. But there are videos that I can't use. And I'm pretty sure you guys get the same thing.
Yeah, definitely. First I want to say, Webb, you're one brave man for doing that, tied to death in that room, because I don't know if I could do it. But my heart would jump out of my chest if that hat was thrown at me. And hello to Madeline. I saw her comments come up. I can't read when they're coming up, so that's why I haven't said anything. So I'm sorry. But yeah, no, it happens to us a lot. Like with the park that we did, it took us 6 weeks. We were going back sometimes twice a week because the spirit down there wiped our video. Like he would wipe the sound on it. So we think we'd got something, come home and find there was no sound to it. Things like that, or they'll switch it off. We think we've captured it, but then the camera's mysteriously turned off. You'll get distortion, like the camera's moved and it looks blurry. Like even some of the videos that we have, you'll see in some areas all of a sudden it seems to go out of focus and then come back in. That's not us. That's just them playing silly buggers with us.
I actually noticed when I was editing part 2 that just came out a couple days ago. You know how I said, oh, look, there's a speaker. Remember how I said there's a speaker that was like hanging down? All right. Did you notice how I said speaker, but it goes speaker? Remember? Did you notice that?
Yes.
Okay. I said it loud. I said it clear as day. Speaker. Something was actually trying to talk to me while I was saying, because you notice how there's a pause after I say it, it goes speaker. That's how it says it. But I said it normal, and I was gonna edit right there, but I was like, no, I'll see if anybody notices that.
No, I did notice it was it jumped.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I said it clear as day. I mean, everyone was like, oh, look, there's a speaker. And then I went back and watched the video, and I was like, okay. But there will be more explorations at that hospital, because the spirit that says we're stuck in hell, that motherfucker just opened up a can of worms. He did. Now I want to know why. Now I want to know where you're from. Now I'm going to go back and ask more questions. Now I want to know why you're stuck there. I want to know who stuck with you, because you said we're stuck in hell. So yeah, I want to know why you're stuck in hell. I want to know if something's keeping you stuck there. That, like I said, that spirit just opened up a can of worms. Now you
I've got a
me
good
curious.
question for you.
Huh?
Well, I have a question for you. What is the funniest moment, don't know, the paranormal or venturing through abandoned places? What is your funniest moment that you look back and you just can't stop laughing about it?
I'd have to say the spirit with the SLS. He made an impression, and like I said, the fact that I'm like, can you wave? And he's like, and then he just goes about his dirty business. I'm just like, alrighty then. Alrighty then. But urban exploring would have to be last night. It had to have been last night. Eventually, like I said, that video will maybe be out in February, and y'all will understand when you see the video and then see how it's put together. Last night it would be funny urban exploring. And we do sometimes accidentally capture bodily functions on our videos. I leave that there because we're all human.
That's it. You've managed to capture a couple of things. I remember you caught a man at a cemetery scratching himself.
There it is, you guys. There's a funny moment. That's the story we want to hear.
All right, that was at Searchlight. I had to remember where that was at. That was at Searchlight. We were in Searchlight, Nevada, which is like you're going towards it's like you're going towards Arizona. Yeah, so me and Duck, we're sitting there just chilling, and we got the SLS on, and we noticed this. We put the SLS on the. I think it was like there was the birdhouse, right? It was right beside the birdhouse.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So we were sitting there, and we had the SLS on, and we're like, "Can you wave to us?" He's like, "Nah, man, I'm gonna do something better. Here, I'm gonna scratch my nuts." Really, really, dude. Like, and you hear me say, you spirits are so unpredictable, and you just have no, how did I say it? They had no, not respect, but, I don't even remember. I got to go back and watch it. But they don't care. They just do them. Spirits, man, they're a trip. They have a sense of humor. They really do. And it just, I guess when they feel your energy, they also want to kind of interact with you on that same energy. So if they feel that you're a goofy person, then they're going to give you back the same energy. Yeah. Especially if they're still stuck in their moment, I guess. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out on why they match your energy. Because we're literally all of us are just masses of energy. That's all we are. And we just happen to have a soul on top of that, and then how the anatomy works, Yeah. So with that being said, so spirits sometimes will match your energy. If you're goofy, they're gonna be goofy. If you're depressed, they're gonna show you a depressed spirit. If you're angry, they're gonna give you anger. If you're happy, they're gonna. I guess they draw from that, and then they interact with you how they want to interact with you. But a lot of my evidence out here has been very, very interesting. I did do Trans-Allegheny. That's an asylum. I did that in West Virginia, and that's when I first really, really started getting really good evidence. I had a spirit grown out of nowhere. Like, we're sitting there doing a flashlight session, and that's what got me into the flashlight session was the Trans-Allegheny. When I did Trans-Allegheny, the spirit guide, or the tour guide, she did the flashlight, and she showed us how to do it. And ever since then, when we started doing stuff out here is when I started doing the flashlight session. But we were doing that one night, and the flashlight would come on and off as she was asking questions. And as we were doing that, we ended up getting a random grunt when we were doing that.
A bit tinny. I don't know.
Probably her fans on.
Is it?
Huh?
Yeah, voice. It's starting to sound a bit weird.
Oh, I'm in my room. There's there's shitty
reception. I wondered if it was reception or if it was just me or.
Yeah, my room has shitty reception in it.
Oh.
I was just trying to get a little warm before I went back outside.
That's all right. And anyone, again, if you've got a Blue Ranch, drop your link as many times as you want.
Yeah.
You don't need to ask.
Eventually, you can do that.
Yeah.
And APTM.
And hello to Madeline. I saw you there somewhere.
Yeah.
Just drop your link, not your rentals.
Yeah.
And if you sub to anyone, please leave a comment for them. Otherwise, YouTube can be kind of mean and take the sub away. So,
I want to mention something about that.
Yep, go for it.
For sure.
All right. So I do notice that some people do lives and they'll say, they'll say sub to the person, sub back, whatever. If you're going to sub to someone, make sure you stay. Make sure, if you don't like the channel and you sub, just make sure you're you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes, in some people's lives, they'll just sub to a person, just a sub. Also, like you said, comment and, like a video, comment on a video, but make sure you're going to stay on that channel, because we're all trying to grow, and we're going to lose subs, we're going to gain them, we're going to lose them, we're going to gain them. But if you're really, want to be in that, watch that channel, and if you're really interested in that channel, make sure you stay on that channel. Because I've noticed that some of these lives here lately are not where I'm getting going with this.
Yeah, we've had the same thing. I've had the same thing. I think I've only got a baby channel on my history one, but I think I made it to 100 3 times because I went from 100 to 80, 80 to 90, back to 100, back to 90. And I'm like, oh my goodness,
Right.
And it can be frustrating, especially when we're genuine. We want to sub and help the other person, and we'll leave a comment, but people don't always want to do the same thing back. And we're just here to help each other grow, and
because that's not helping our growing process. You know what I'm saying?
No,
it's not helping. And that's one thing that I have noticed, and that's why if I know the people, like with Sam, I'll be on their live and stuff, and I'll just chat with them. And I'm actually not really looking for subs. I'm there to chat. Like with you guys, I'm here to chat. And I love it when people sub to me because it shows me that they do care about my channel and stuff. Which I'm grateful. I'm very, very grateful for my subs, because without them, I wouldn't have nothing to put out, I wouldn't have any videos without my subs, I love my subs, and I do want to say thank you for subbing to my channel. I really do, because if it wasn't for you guys, you wouldn't give me the ambition to keep putting out good videos. And you got to remember, your subbing to me gives me more ambition to want to make more videos, to give you guys more content, So I'm always looking for new locations to go to. So I do have one planned in February. It's another huge. We're going to the Nevada State Prison in February. April, I'm not going to disclose that location yet. You already know. You guys already know.
It's all right.
But I'm not going to disclose that location yet, because of the simple fact that I want it to be a surprise for some people, because I got haters. And
Oh,
see,
we all have, do you know, we put on Facebook. We did have people, a lot of paranormal teams on our Facebook, and I took my husband to a certain prison for his birthday that he could investigate. We lined up tours there, and hey presto, only a few weeks later, another bigger company moved in and announced they were now doing tours there. So be careful who you tell what you're doing,
yes,
because
yes,
people will try and steal your thunder.
yes,
So that's another little tip. And if you do want your channel to grow, lives, lives are a good way to get views. So
exactly. And that's the thing. People think that you hating on me makes me mad and sad. Oh no, honey. You hating on me gives me ambition. You know what I'm saying? Like people hating on me, that gives me ambition. Oh, you hating on me? All right, wait till my next move. Wait till I do this. And I noticed that when I went to that's another thing. When I went to Trans Allegheny, I actually had someone report my page because of a picture that I posted because they were pissed off that I went to that location. And I was like, and that's why I have two Facebook pages. I have my other one, and that's also got my wedding pictures on it too, so I don't delete it because in case if I lose them in my phone, I can always go back and just save them. And it has a lot of other pictures that I've taken throughout time. But that page was gone for like 48 hours, and I'm like, for what? It's not like I was putting out porn. It's not like I was putting out anything derogative. Yeah. It was because of a location I went to. So I was like, so I had to go back and think who I told, or I had to go back and think who really had it out for me. So that's why I started at that point in my life being careful of, what I did. But then I got to the point like, why do I have to be discreet on what I'm doing when this is my damn life and this is what I'm interested in and this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to go to locations and I don't care if it pisses off people. You want to report my page? Report my page. I'll just make another one. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, like people don't understand. You hate on me, that's nothing to me. Nothing to me. It makes me happy. It makes me, okay, you gonna hate on me? Okay. You just giving me more ambition to do more shit. And that's how I see it. Like I used to hate it when people hated on me. Now I don't care. I don't really care. Because I'm the one going out and doing content. You guys are the ones going out and doing content. We're the ones going out here falling in windows and falling into windows. I can't even say that with a straight face.
I saw that bit.
Huh?
I saw that bit when somebody fell through the window.
That was my husband, my crash test dummy. I can't even say that with a straight face. This shit was funny. But yeah, we're the ones falling in windows. We're the ones, we're the ones out here getting the content. So like other people hating on other people's YouTube channel. Why? Why are you hating on someone else's channel? You know what I'm saying? Why?
Exactly. We're all doing it for the same reason, because we love it, because we want to grow. And I'm a big believer in karma anyway. If you're going to spread negative out, it's going to come back.
Exactly. Like you're going to spread.
So make your choice. If you want to spread negative out and hate people, well, sooner or later, you're going to give yourself a bad name.
There you go. And that's what people don't understand. Okay. And if you come in someone's life, you leave someone's life. But you want to know something? When you leave that person's life, leave it for good. Leave them alone. Let them be. Let them move on. Continue to do you. I'll continue to do me, and we keep it moving. That's how I roll. That's how it's supposed to be. You keep it moving.
That's it.
And just some people just don't know how to do that, and it's just like, okay.
Sad, but we're all unique.
That's it.
That's all I can say.
Again, if anybody's watching this, please subscribe to Vegas Paranormal. The link's on top of the page there, guys.
Mate, thank you for coming on.
And I want to tell some of my friends, subscribe to you guys too. Like, if it wasn't for you guys, this live would have never happened. So all my
we always believe
come back anytime.
Yeah. So
I was going to say, if anyone's got any questions for Lisa, yeah.
As you're about to say, sorry, Lisa, we cut you off.
Lisa.
No, you're good. I
feel bad because of the delay. We've got this weird delay that happens on the computer.
It's all good. Like, I'm not stressing it. It's all good. I'm just happy to be on here and happy to like let you guys like a history on myself, because I've been through hell. I've been through hell. I've been through a lot of shit. And then, and it's funny that, it was crazy because when my kids were in foster care, I'm just going to get a little bit on that story. When my kids were in foster care, the caseworkers, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I don't know. I don't even know where the hell I'll be in 30 minutes. How the fuck am I going to know where I'll be in 5 years? That shit. You gonna ask me where? I was like, so I finally answered. I was like, I hope to see myself on the West Coast. Sure enough, I made it happen. But still, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I don't know. Shit. Where am I going to be in 30 minutes? Because anything can happen from the time I leave here to 30 minutes from now, especially with the world we live in. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I did tell them I wanted to be on the West Coast, and it was funny because how I came out here, for some people, I had to keep it a secret from one person, and oh my God, it killed me inside. It killed me inside so bad, but I had to keep it a secret because of the sperm donor, and he will always be that. But I had to keep it a secret from her because of him. And so when we finally came out here, it took me 2 weeks to finally tell her that we were out here as well. But when we went back, and when I went back to contact some of the people that, I used to that were caseworkers for my family, I found them and I was like, hey, guess where I'm at? And they're like, where? And I'm like, where did I always say I wanted to go? And they're like, California. I was like, yeah, well, I'm at 30 minutes from there, but you're getting close, And they're like, you're like, you made it to the West Coast? I said, yeah, I'm living in Las Vegas, Nevada. And they were like, really? They're like, how did you make that happen? And I'm like, and so I got into the story and how I made it happen. It took me about 18 months to save a lot of money that I didn't really need, because out here you only needed we needed about 3,000 to get out here. And then to actually function out here, you need about 4, because we had to we had already had our place lined up. We had already gotten approved for that. And then we had, furniture, because we were sitting on the floor watching TV for about a good 2 weeks. That was fun. That was really fun. And then after that, we started getting our furniture in, and constantly grocery shopping. Jesus Christ, these kids can eat, guys. If anybody has teenagers, I feel bad for you because I know what it's like on that damn grocery bill. Jesus Christ.
I feel for my daughter. She's got 2 teenage hungry boys in her house. You can imagine.
I have 2. I have 2 boys and 2 girls that are in my house right now. And it's just it's just like, oh my God. And it's like, where do you guys put this stuff? Because they're skinny as shit. All my kids are skinny. And I'm like, you're eating all this food. Where are you guys putting it? Where is it going? Huh?
Hollow legs. That's what we call
it. Right? Y'all running it off. Shoot. I mean, my grocery bills, they're expensive. And that's another thing, on top of, feeding 4 kids. And I'm also doing paranormal investigations and urban exploring too. We live our lives, but we also do this. And I'm pretty sure everybody in chat knows that aren't monetized, that what it's like to do this. That's what I really want to stress, is that we're not getting paid to, explore. That's the goal though. That's all, everyone's goal is to get paid from YouTube, because a lot of people don't want to work, and they want to a lot of people, YouTube is their dream and they want to fulfill that. But there's a certain criteria that you have to meet in order to fill that dream, and that's in every case. There's certain things that you have to do in order to make this dream happen, in order to make that dream happen, Yeah. So a lot of people want to fulfill a dream. I do Lyft because I don't like people telling me what to do. Hobby Lobby really, really killed it for jobs for me. When I worked at Hobby Lobby, that job really, really, really made me realize I hate working for people because they don't know how to treat you. That you could get paid, and I was getting paid $17 an hour, and you could get paid the most decent amount of money in the world. But if you're not being treated right, I'm good. You're not treating me right, I'm good. I'll find something else that'll make me happy. And I like Lyft because I'm all over the city, all over. And that's one thing. I never know where I'm going to be every day. And that's what I love about it. You never know where you're going to be. So
I used to be an area manager in health. I work in disability. And I've always believed a happy worker's a good worker. If you're good to your staff, if you support them, they're happy to come to work. They're happy to approach you if there's a problem, But if you're just rude, well, people don't stay,
Right. Exactly. And no amount of money is going to make me stay at a job, especially if you're treating me like shit. You're paying me $17 an hour. And I get, we have to meet, certain things in a department. I get that because I was department head for crafts, but I had also 9 aisles that I had to order, which took me all day and sometimes into the next day. On top of that, I also had to, so Monday would be my truck day where I'd like pretty much, I'd unload the truck, and then I would put my stuff in my department, everybody else's stuff in everybody else's department. Then when that was all done, then I'd go to my department and unload, like basically go through it, sort out my stuff, which was like 5 aisles worth of shit. Like seriously not. You would come down my aisle on Monday and you'd be like, it looked like a tornado came through there. And then by Tuesday, it would all be done and carted. And then Tuesday, I'm putting up all my stuff, and sometimes it'd be just me putting up by myself, But there was one day where this dude, I ended up getting 5,000 pieces in my department, and he goes, "This should all be up by now." In what world, dude? In what world? Because this is unrealistic of what you're asking me. You're asking me to put up 5,000 pieces by myself in 9 aisles in one day, and you only give me a 10-hour shift. You're on crack. And give me some of that shit you smoking, because I'd love to have it. And I told him that. That week, he got on my last nerve. That week he got on my last nerve. So Wednesday, when I went in that day, I was like, what's it? Okay, so how much does part-time pay? And what's the hours for part-time? Yeah, Thursday I got fired because I asked for part-time. So if you ever work for Hobby Lobby, yeah, the place is a joke. Just saying. Put that out. I don't have a vendetta against them, but they do not know how to treat their employees. I can honestly tell you. You can throw as many parties for food as you want. You can do this. You can do that. The right ones get treated wrong, and the wrong ones get treated right. So you know what? They can have their wrong ones and let their wrong ones do what they got to do. But when the right ones are in there busting their ass and doing what they're supposed to do and don't get acknowledged for it, you know what? That's why a lot of people are quitting jobs. That's why there's a job shortage, because people aren't being treated right. People aren't being treated right.
G'day, Shadows.
G'day. How are you? Drop your link, guys, as many times as you want.
And don't forget, guys, please subscribe to Vegas Paranormal. Make sure you comment and like her videos, because as you know, YouTube will take the sub away. So make sure you do the right thing, guys. She will sub back once she gets off. She'll see all her subs, and she'll come back and sub to you and comment and do exactly the same thing for you guys.
Exactly. I do that. And what I do is I'll go to the channel that subs to me. I'll go to their channel. I'll just pick a random video, and then I'll just, comment on it. But I will watch it, because I think you have to watch. We were talking about this last night. You got to watch like 5 minutes of the video. And then, once you watch that video, then you comment on it. And sometimes I'll be like, hey, I came from here, or, hey, I found you randomly, good content. And I like a lot of people's intros. A lot of people's intros are really cool. And that's what gets my interest in their channel, is their intros. If you got a great intro, I'm going to love your channel forever. If you got a shitty intro, I'm still going to acknowledge you and be like, that video was pretty cool, And, and a lot of things too, the content is, whether it's good or bad, it's still content, and you still took the time and effort to go to a place to make that content. And I give everybody that's making, videos. Exactly. I give everybody that's making content props, because you're going out there, you're doing you're finding your adventures, you're going out and having a good time. You're falling out of windows.
There's no such thing as a bad channel.
No.
Right. There's no such thing as a bad channel.
We've all got our own style and way of doing things, and it's really interesting. We watch more YouTube than we watch normal TV.
Yep.
I hate TV. I hate TV.
Videos and, TV, you can only watch the same show so many times, but we've got our favorites.
Yep.
But take a quick listen to what's around me. You hear all the sirens?
No, I
No.
can't hear him.
Okay, that's all I need to know. I don't need to watch TV to hear all that. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to watch TV to hear what's going on. I can hear it outside. You know what I'm saying? Okay, someone died. You know, I'm just saying in general. You know, half the world is going through. We all know what the world's going through. We don't need to hear it 24/7. You know, we know the world is fucked up. We don't need a daily reminder on TV on why the world's fucked up. You know, and that's why I don't watch TV, because I don't want to know what's on. I haven't watched real TV in like 6 years. You know, because I've got Facebook to remind me what's going on. I've got, I've got people like in my car telling me what's going on. I don't want to hear what's going on. This is why I do YouTube. This is why and that's another reason why I do what I do. And I laugh and I make humor in my videos, is to get people's mind off of what they're going through. Because there was a time in my life, I didn't have that. When I was going through all my bullshit, there was nobody there for me. So if I can get that person out of their depressed mode for that 5 minutes that I'm entertaining them, then you know what? I'm happy I can do that. That's why I joke in my videos, because I know they need that. Because I have friends that are in depression, and they say my videos help them that moment when they watch it, because it helps them realize that there's more to life than, their mental state. So there you go. You can hear it now.
Siren then.
Yeah. It's getting closer. That's all I need. That's all I need to know is what's going on TV. But that's another reason why I joke in my videos too, and I'm sporadic in my videos, because there's that one person that needs that, and if I can help that for that one person, then I've accomplished something. You know, and that's why I joke around in my videos, because of the simple fact people need that. We need that right now. We really do. We need joking. We need. We need happiness. We need gooberness. We need the humor. We need that right now. And like I said, and if I can give that to somebody, I would rather give that to somebody, because I never had that in my shit that I was going through. I did it by myself, and it was determination and stuff that got me through those moments. And it was I guess you can say God. I do believe there is a higher power, I do believe, but I refer to it as the universe. So the universe also helped me. And because in that situation I was in, I was put down, people degraded me. There was nobody that believed in me and stuff like that. So I kind of want to do a U-turn and show people, I believe in you. I know you need this moment. I know you need this. So I'm going to just randomly blurt out something retarded, because I know they need that. And that's why and I wanted to explain that. That's why I do what I do, because it's needed. And I know it's needed that day. And that's why I go and investigate and urban explore. And some of these urban explorers though, they've been interesting, especially the recent one I did in upstate Nevada. That place was random. That place was so random. Oh my God. I hate snow. I love snow. I can't stand snow. Where's the passion? But I did it for you guys. I did that for everybody. I made that video for everybody just to show them I'm taking one for the team, and I hate freaking snow. We in the road that the GPS took us. Oh my God. I was like, are we really on this road? Is GPS really doing this to us right now? We're going to a brothel, because out here brothels are a thing. Some of them are legal, some of them are torn down. But to all you guys, Nevada, Vegas, whatever, brothels are legal out here. Just I'm pretty sure they are in Australia too, aren't they?
In Sydney, they are. They call them men's clubs.
Yeah. Well, we actually have brothels out here. We actually have them out here, and so we were going to go to one, and we get there. Now, the parking lot is covered in snow. There's nowhere to park on the side of the road. The building is decrepitated. There's no building. And I'm just like, I can't film that. I can't even get to it. How the hell am I going to film it? Because if I can't even park my car on the side of the road, because it's a 2-lane little ass road, So we turn around, and I was like, well, I'm going to get some type of content out of this shit. So I turned around and I parked, and it's an old truck stop. And I felt that it was a truck stop, and then one of my Lyft drivers or my Lyft customers confirmed it. So I go into that. Now to get there, I had to go through at least 2 feet of snow, it was a lot of snow. I had to go through a lot of snow, and it was cold. I forgot what 30 degrees felt like. I really did until I went there. Oh my God, I forgot what that shit felt like. But we went in there, and nobody saw the snowball fight afterwards, though. Yeah, we had a snowball fight. Yeah, as I felt, I actually my phone dropped.
The Wild West.
Yeah, you gotta love it, man. Wild West, let me tell you, it's
We're
different.
kind of jealous because here in Australia, I mean, we're in Sydney. We're just a suburb, and it's kind of like an hour and a half one way if you want the beach, and if you want the snow, it's a good 6-hour drive. It's a big place, Australia.
It's 4 hours.
We are.
Yeah, our beach is 4 hours away, which I hate, but I love where I live. So you got to weigh out your options. If I could live in California, I would. It's just too damn expensive. I went to Laguna Beach earlier last year for a 2-bed, and I looked up prices because I was actually considering moving there. Yeah, $3,200 for a 2-bedroom apartment on top of another apartment. Yeah, no, I'm good. $3,200 for a 2-bedroom apartment. What the hell? And nothing was included. Nothing's included. So I'm basically paying for the area because it's a bougie area. It's really nice. It's very bougie, but I love it. The vibe in LA is amazing. The vibe in Laguna Beach is amazing. Just the vibe in California. I love the humidity air. Like, I love the humidity in California more than I do on the East Coast. The humidity there hits you different. When you get towards, I think it's the 405. I think, don't quote me, but as you're going towards LA, right as you get into the interstate, you can actually start to feel the humidity, and it smells good, and it hits you differently. And I love it. And I love it. And the vibe in California is amazing. It really is. I can't afford it, or else that's where I'd be, because I'm a beach person. I am the biggest mermaid you would ever meet, but I can't afford it. That's where I'd rather be, but I'll take what I can get right now, what I can afford, but a lot of the things that I do are in either upstate Nevada or in California, because those are pretty much the places right now that are popping for abandoned places and like cool stuff. The Clown Motel, that's not what. Okay, everybody that's seen Zach's perspective on it is not true. That Clown Motel is it's like a rinky dink hotel with a whole bunch of clowns around it. And don't get me wrong, it's a cute little place. It really is, but it is not as what Zach made it out to be. Like, you're thinking you're going into this like this dramatic place, right? It's a little hotel on the side of the road. That's all it is, But the way Zach, the perception that Zach gives out, it's not even what it is. It's literally a hotel on the side of the road, and the Tonopah Cemetery is literally right beside it. Like, you go to the hotel, boom, 2 steps over, you're in the cemetery, So, the hotel itself, I mean, we stayed there. We did capture a spirit walking up to the camera and smacking it off the shelf, and you can actually hear the spirit walking up to the camera and smacking it off the shelf. It was, and we weren't even in the room. We were actually out to dinner when that happened, and there was all 6 of us, So there is activity there, but it's not as dramatic as everyone. And they do that to, get you to watch their stuff, and they do that to get you to go to it, but it's not as dramatic as they make it.
Yeah. There's a place in Australia. It's called the most haunted town in Australia. It's in South Australia. It's called Kapunda. Now, there was a TV show done in the 90s where The producer went to a couple of places and he was like rocking backward and forth and carrying on like he'll never go back. He's traumatized, blah, blah, blah. Now, that's like, a welcome sign for us guys. We couldn't wait to get there. We saved up. We were like yip, yip, yaying on the plane. We got in the car and drove out there. We're jumping for joy when we got the sign. We investigated a few places. There was activity, but it didn't blow my mind. It could have been
exactly.
a flat time. It could have been a time that we went where they went, oh, here's some newbies. Nah, we won't worry about them. Because we do get places where even our regular places, sometimes it just goes off. And then other times we go there and it's like nothing's happening. They're all asleep.
Exactly.
So it could have been a week where we went where nothing was going on. But we were kind of like, yeah, it's cool, but my mind's not blown. I haven't seen anything I haven't seen before. You know what I mean? So,
right.
But I'm still happy I managed to tick that one off my bucket list anyway.
Exactly.
So,
bucket list checked, basically,
Yeah.
The Queen Mary, I did want to get into that. All right. So the Queen Mary, everyone is very curious. Everyone wants to go there. It's actually closed. And I have another one on another location too. A few of them actually. The Queen Mary is closed. The state of California has bought it. The future for it is unknown right now because there's $2.4 million that need to be repaired on that boat. So unless you have money to investigate it, you're not going to be able to investigate it until they reopen it to the public, which will God only knows. God only knows. But COVID did a lot of numbers on a lot of things, and that was one of them. The Queen Mary, we don't know when its future, but California does own it. They bought it last year, which I'm so happy they did because that's a historic site for them. It's also in Long Beach, California. So if you guys want to go there, you can take pictures, but there is a park that you actually, because the actual area that you have to get into to go to it is all coned off, unless you kind of just like nonchalantly drive through, not saying anything, just letting you know. So you can nonchalantly drive through, but you can act like you're lost. Hint, hint. But yeah, there's a park there that you can actually park for a few minutes. The cops do, they do regulate that little park. That you can actually park there for a few minutes to go take pictures of the Queen Mary. They do allow you to do that. The Cecile, that is actually being turned into apartments. So that is no longer a haunted hotel. It is a hotel, but it's no longer it's called the Stay at Maine, but it's no longer the Cecile. That is actually being turned into apartments for the low income. I actually found that out at Paracon when I was meeting up with a couple of people. And then the murder house. Everyone is so curious about the murder house. Okay, you can get to it. You can go see it. You can go take pictures in front of it, but that's all you can do. You cannot get inside. There is like a 6-foot fence surrounding the whole entire property. And if you try to trespass, they will know. Because it's literally in a bougie neighborhood. It is in a bougie neighborhood. And that house is being watched by a lot of people. So just letting people know, you will not be able to get into the murder house. From AHS season 1, it does exist. It really does. That's actually the picture that's in my top part of my channel. That's what that picture is. It's the murder house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we went there in November, right before Thanksgiving. Because we wanted to see Hollywood and check it out and stuff. And it does exist. But the story on that is the owner. Now, this motherfucker was stupid. Okay. How do you not know? How do you not know that this house was featured in a movie? Okay. Because when he bought the house and he started, doing some repairs on it, he was trying to figure out why all these people were coming to check out the house. He didn't realize it was featured in a movie. He's actually suing. He's suing the producers of AHS right now because nobody told him that it was featured in a movie. How do you not know? How do you not know? That is
Maybe
like
he doesn't watch horror movies.
You got all these people coming to your house. I mean, you should do your research before you buy a house. For real, for real. Like if I was gonna buy a huge place for that amount of money, I want to know why it's that amount of money. I want to know the history on it. I want to know everything, especially if it's giving me a creepy vibe. I don't want to know why it's giving me a creepy vibe. Why is this house giving me a creepy vibe? Okay, let me look into the history, you know?
Yeah.
But that house, it does exist. It is a real thing. But you can't get inside because there are cameras in there. They've installed cameras. So if you want to urban explore that, yeah, good luck with that. You get a trespassing charge too. Have fun with that. That's all you guys.
Well, here in Australia, they have to, by law, tell somebody if someone's died in the house, whether it's natural or unnatural.
Right.
Because a family did get murdered by one of the children. He killed his own family, and they sold the house, and the people that bought it found out later what happened in there, sued them, won. So now the law's been overturned that if you rent or you buy a place, they have to legally tell you what if something happened in there. Yeah.
Exactly. Because like I said, I mean, and I know a lot of people have questions on a lot of these locations that I go to because I'm in, and the thing is, okay, I'm not like following Zach's footsteps. He just gave me interest on wanting to go to these places because I like haunted stuff anyways. I did Bobby Mackey's. I did the tour. My husband's actually from Kentucky. So it kind of worked out. So we kind of killed like 12 birds with one stone going to Kentucky. And Bobby Mackey's in Wilder, Kentucky. We went there, and I'm actually friends with Mr. Mackey. And we went to the first time we went there, we did the investigation, and it was okay. It's not what they made it out to be. But the hellhole that is in there, it's a thing, and you do feel weird when you go by it because I felt really dizzy when I walked by it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the energy in that hellhole.
Question: what was your thoughts on the place? Because that is one that comes to mind with Ghost Adventures. He revs up that Mackey place is like one of the most evil place, full of demons and.
Well, that was actually his first live ever. That was his first location ever. That was featured on TV. His first location that he actually got his stuff was Washoe Club. That was his first location. But because everybody at the Washoe Club will make sure it's very loud and clearly known that they're the reason why Zach is where he's at. But yeah, Bobby Mackey's, the hellhole, that's a thing. It does exist. And I don't understand. I'm guessing Mr. Mackey wants it like it the way it is so people can get their aspect on that. But it does exist. It's literally in the middle of the basement. Johanna's room is still the same as it was before she died. The rose, I think they change out the rose though once it dies, they change it out because there's still a rose in that room from her lover. And there's like some sayings on the wall, I think. And then the basement where Zach was attacked or something. The chair's still there, and it's still sitting there. And I guess they leave it there for that reason. But that is it is haunted. I mean, you can feel the vibe inside the bar. The bar is really cool. It's really fun place to go. And I will always give Mr. Mackey a shout out because of the simple fact that he's a really cool dude. We went back to Ohio to see some of David's family, and he actually allowed my kids in there so he could get a picture with my kids. It was for that. Yeah, I asked him, I was like, hey, look, I got my kids with me this time. Can you take a picture with us real quick? And the looks I got when I walked in there, I got some looks, and I looked at him back like, and stop hating. The looks I got when I brought my kids in there. Oh, I could feel it. Oh, I could feel the anger. I was like, that's right. How you doing? Because that's what I do. Okay. I'll be like, what's up, hater? How you doing? That's just how I am. But and we have gone to some locations that were duds, like that they still feature on the internet, but they're no longer there. Like there was this one amusement park. I got to tell you about that one. But there was this one in Ohio, and
felt like I was sitting in the dark.
There was one in Ohio that we were going to, but it was closed down. But they don't put that on the internet. So all two people, if you're going to investigate something, make sure it still exists. Make sure you do your research. Make sure you try and call the place. If you call a number and it's disconnected, there's a reason. It's no longer existing. You know what I'm saying? Because I've done that myself, where I'm thinking, oh, cool, I'm going to go to this place and it's going to still be there. Oh, no, it's now houses and stuff. Oh, thanks, internet, for lying to me. So not everything on the internet is true. Make sure you do your research. Make sure these places still exist. You know, we did go to Lake Shawnee. That was also a part of the whole Trans-Allegheny adventure. While we were there, the night we get there, because we always sometimes drive to places at nighttime. So we went an hour out of our way, and when we got there, I heard someone say, hello. Nobody outside.
Wow.
Nobody there. And I'm like, Mom, did you hear that? Because, I called my husband's mom too. And she went with us, and I was like, Mom, did you hear that? She goes, I heard something. And then we heard rustling, but the bushes are on the other side. Well, so we're thinking the bushes are on the other side, right? It's because we heard rustling in the ground. And then we're on this road going back to get to our hotel, and this car literally pulled a freaking, what is it called? Final Destination shit, where it comes out of nowhere. Literally comes out of nowhere and then disappears.
Wow.
Disappears. Now, mind you, one side's rock, the other side's water. Okay. So we're like, where did he go? So we go back to Lake Shawnee the next day, and there's no bushes. Okay. There's no bushes. So whatever we heard rustling was in the grass, because there's like no bushes around. So we're trying to zoom in on, because there's like this little like board that has the phone number on it. We're literally trying to zoom in on our camera to get the phone number so we can actually call it. And out of nowhere, we hear gun smoke or smell gun smoke. Okay. Now, mind you, it says back in the day, this used to be Indian ground. And if you ever crossed their property, you would get shot.
Oh, wow.
So we just smelled gun smoke. We read that and we're like, it's time to go.
Yeah.
So we've gone, like I said, we've gone to a lot of places. Eastern State Penitentiary, that was different. We did the day tour because the night tour is ridiculous. The night tour, they want $500 for 4 hours.
Wow.
What am I going to do in 4 hours? What am I going to do in 4 hours? It's 8 hallways. There's 8 cell blocks. What the hell am I going to do in 4 hours on 8 cell blocks? And those blocks are long. They're long. If you look at the drone footage, look online, and you can see how long they are, because they like literally, it's like a star or something, but it's almost like a picture of the sun. They're like just long cell blocks. How am I gonna investigate in 4 hours in 8 cell blocks or in 8 hallways? And they want $500 for it from 9 to 1. What the hell is that? I don't have enough time. So if I'm gonna pay for a location, I'm gonna need like 6-7 hours to do something, because if there's that much stuff at one location, I'm gonna need a lot of time. What's 4 hours? 4 hours to me is 30 minutes.
And you're not guaranteed to get anything in that 4 hours anyway. It really depends up to the spirits if they want to play in that 4 hours.
Exactly, because they
like 4 hours, and then as soon as you leave.
Yeah, and 2 hours, 2 of those hours or 1.5 of those hours is a damn tour guide that don't know how to shut the hell up.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying that, at some location, and this is like places on the East Coast, with Tala, Trans-Allegheny, it's short for Tala. We call it Tala. So with Tala, they give you 30 minutes of describing the hallway or describing the floor, and they give you an hour, to do your own investigation. And then you move up to the second floor, and we all like alternate on different floors. But that's from 8:30 at night till 5 o'clock in the morning. So you get enough time, and that's only $100 per person. So you're going to give me at least 9 hours at $100 a person. Hell yeah, I'll do that, because now you're talking, now you're giving me my money's worth, but I don't understand why these places, they think they can charge you the amount of money, and for such short amount of time. They don't understand. spirit. I mean, unless it's like with Waverly Hills. Speaking of which, Waverly Hills, people might really want to start getting in there because there's talk of it being torn down.
Nah, I hope it waits until I get over there. 'Cause that's my best.
Yeah, there's talk of that being torn down. I actually met some people at Perry Unity about Waverly Hills. And the information that I'm seeing on Facebook, it's getting more serious and more serious. So a lot of people are really starting to get their investigations in. I seriously don't see it being there within 2 years because of the way that people are talking about it. The state wants the property, but it's not going to help if the property's haunted and you're going to rent out houses of people in a haunted property. You're not going to, those houses are going to be abandoned before they're even bought. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going to tear down a huge ass haunted asylum, and then you're going to try and build houses on there. Yeah. Good luck with that. Because you're going to piss off a lot of spirits. Oh, you know? And they don't care. They don't care about that. So, just to let people know, if you're going to want to do Waverly Hills, you might want to start booking your shit. And it's expensive. It's like $1,500 for overnight. Wow. But if there's a will, there's a way. I'm actually thinking about doing that sometime the end of this year. I'm not sure. But that's in the works of my bucket list. But yeah, Waverly Hills, they're trying to save it, and I really hope they do. But I really wanted to get that out there, that Waverly Hills, his future is very unknown right now. The owners, the original owner does not own it anymore. Some other people took over, and I actually saw where one lady was investigating the place, and then, and she bought out the place, and so did another person. And what happened was, a producer said, "You can't film right here right now because we're doing a video right here, or we're doing a production here." Oh, she was pissed. Wow. She was livid because she had bought out the night. And
oh no.
Well, they ended up refunding her, and they ended up giving her a free day or something, or a free night. But still, like, that's messed up. How are you going to rent out a place to two different people? Yeah. You know, yeah. I get times are rough right now, but greed ain't going to get you nowhere. And that's how I feel. Greed is not going to get you nowhere. But I did want to let people know on Waverly Hills history, because I'm a huge fan of Waverly Hills. I actually did have a small experience there when we went to Kentucky. It is gated off. It is highly secured. And when we went to the entrance, it's gated, and there's cameras, and it says "Do not trespass," and all this other stuff that, you know, places say. And as we were leaving, of course, you know, my light shines. Spirits know I'm a gifted one. I was in the car, and I was like this, and I got pulled back like this. Spirits didn't want me to leave. They knew I was there. Yeah. So, you know, I did want to stress that about Waverly Hills. I did want to, you know, mention that because its history is uncertain, or its destination is uncertain. And meeting Destination Fear was freaking cool as shit, guys. That was really awesome. They are some really cool people. They are so laid back. Ghost hunters, that was interesting. Patty Negri, she is so cool. She's like so chill. Like how you see her on her lives and stuff. Oh my God. Father Sebastian, he is a interesting person. His aura is just, it's interesting. That's all I can say. I don't know how to say it. But he was there. He was really cool. He actually, he's friends with Patty, and, his energy is just, he's very wary of people. And he's a very interesting person. That's how I can honestly put him at. He's a very interesting person. But Destination Fear, they are really down to earth. I'm pretty sure you saw it in my Pure Unity, where Dakota did his little intro. He's like, "What am I live on?" Like, yeah, what am I live on?
Videos. We've seen all your videos.
Yeah, I've seen some of your guys too. Especially, I love the cemetery ones. Your cemetery videos. Oh my God, I am so jealous of y'all cemeteries, man. They are just so gorgeous. Like, Ours out here are dirt. I mean, you've seen them. They're dirt.
But they're
y'all,
interesting to me
we
because
like 'em.
we've never seen a dirt one.
neither
You
have
know,
I until I moved
So
out
you're
here.
like, oh wow, check that. That's different, you know. But
Yeah.
I'm just comparing cemeteries. Ours are very British. If you have a look at a lot of the British cemeteries,
Mm-hmm.
they're very, very. You can see that we've come from a British colony with the way they have the little, the design and everything on the tombstones, and especially the older ones. The new ones can be a little bit boring to me, like here in Australia, because now they're making them all look alike. Like
Right. I
when
like the
you're
older
in a
ones.
housing estate, all the houses look alike, and they're making tombstones look like that too. So
I
I
like
tend to prefer the older ones.
exactly. Like I like the older ones because the older ones they have like old energy and you can feel it, and they're like cracked, and you can tell they have history. Like I love older tombstones just because of their it's just because of their vibes. They give off that freaking Pet Cemetery vibe, you know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
they give off that creepy movie vibe. And that's one thing. Like there was a cemetery in Yorktown, Virginia, that I went to, and it was really creepy, and I wish I could find the video, because I don't know where it went, and I don't know if I still have it, but there was 3 tombstones, and it's almost like they were pushed up out of the ground, but there was like it almost looked like their casket was being pushed up because of all the water.
Wow.
But there was 3 little angels on the end of each little thing, and one was where the eyes see no evil,
Yeah.
hear no evil, speak no evil. You know what I'm saying? And I saw those and I was like, Mom, because my mom would go with me on these explorations. And I'm like, Mom, what does that mean? And then because we would look on how the angels were positioned, and that's when we realized, oh shit. And we're like, okay, so what really happened here? And there were 5, and it was weird because it almost looked like, and there were little angels, it almost looked like they were kids, like little. So what the hell happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are there angels on little caskets with these see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil type little, that blew my mind. That will always stick in my head because of the simple fact that what really happened there. And then there was another tombstone in the same one where it was actually hidden, and it was a reverend. I actually got a growl when when I went by that one. But my thing is, why is that tombstone hidden? I mean, there was bushes around it and everything. I literally had to, because something like caught my attention where I was like, there's a tombstone right there. What the hell? Yeah, I think he did some stuff he wasn't supposed to in his time, and nobody wanted that reverend to be seen. If you guys get my drift.
Yeah, we do.
So
Actually,
like that, it just some of these cemeteries too are, you guys got me saying cemeteries, man. Because y'all, how y'all say cemeteries. Y'all got me saying, y'all got me saying that. But yeah. Some of them, they have a story to tell if you really, really, really look and listen to it. There are stories to be told if you really like look at your surroundings and how the gravestones and how they're all like positioned, and how they're all like, if they're hidden, why are they hidden? If there's little angels like this on there, why are those angels there? Like, what is really going on in these cemeteries? That's the only way I can say it now, man.
what we saying now, Lingo?
I know, right?
And if you know why we're talking about cemeteries, because Julie and I do have another page called Cemeteries Down Under. If you haven't seen it, go over and have a look, sub and comment on the videos. Julie does a lot of history in there. There's a lot of history talk about people. So I do recommend, if you haven't, go over and sub and comment and watch these videos. It's a new channel, and I hope that you guys do enjoy it. So definitely do that.
Yeah,
I love her intros, man. Her intros are really cool. They got like little animals and a mountain in the background. That's a really cool intro. I love how y'all do that.
I wanted a bogan Aussie, you know, just to show people this is what we are. We have crocodiles, we have cockatoos, and this is our little taste of, you know, Australia. And if you come here, this is what you're going to see. And so it's probably not very cemetery-ish, but it's bogan Aussie, and that's what I wanted the vibe to be. You know, I'm just a little girl from Australia that loves cemeteries, but it doesn't have to be a depressing thing. I don't want it to be a depressing vibe. I mean, these people lived, they had stories to tell, and I love just going there and saying, hey, you know, it makes the grave seem more unique when you say the person that is resting here, this is what their life was like, you know, this is what happened to them, and put a little photo of them and say this is who they are. You know,
Right.
it doesn't look like a concrete block anymore. You know what
Right.
I mean? It becomes a person, and that's what Cemeteries Down Under is all about. And I was going to say one of our cemeteries that we went to, Wiseman's Ferry Pub. Now, this is a true story, and it's very creepy. The guy that we spoke about, Solomon Wiseman, he was buried 3 times. And the last time they concreted him in because his coffin kept rising. He was buried in 3 different places. He was a horrible man. He was really nasty, killed his first wife, was horrible to convicts. He was just an arsehole, basically, and he still is in the afterlife. That's in the video.
Obviously, you don't want to be there either.
But he hated us.
He hated me more because in the video you'll hear him. If you look it up, Wiseman's Ferry's Ghost, it's our videos.
Yeah.
You'll hear him screaming. I mean, he was screaming hard, and I wasn't listening to him, so that really got him up even worse.
Yeah.
And it's funny.
So the story is it's an old pub, and part of the pub was his home. It was called Cobham Hall, and it's still there. It still exists. It was built in the 1800s by convicts, and he was actually originally buried at that pub. Now, they had to move him because his coffin kept rising, and they moved him to one of the Catholic churches in town. The Catholic church got desecrated and vandalized to the point where they had to pull it down. So, and his coffin was rising again. So they moved him out to the cemetery, and this time they concreted him in. I mentioned it in the video, not sure if it was true because I'd heard about it, but we've since spoken to a historian who's got a lot of documentation about it, and it's actually true. His coffin did keep rising, and there was no known cause for it, which made it even more creepier. So, but those kind of stories are kind of fascinating too, you know?
Right. So what was your guys' I have a question for you guys. What was your guys' first EVP ever? Because I'll tell you mine in a minute. What was yours first EVP ever?
Oh, it'd be separate ones for us.
Yeah.
Jason Ghost Hunter's been going on for 20 years now, but he was mainly on Facebook before we did our channel.
Yeah.
And I don't know what yours was.
Probably my first one is I got told off. Go and F off. That's probably my one, the first one. Then after that, I got called a nice guy. Then followed by wanker, I'm scared of you. And then it just followed on from there onwards. So the first one I think I got told was F off, you know. And I was like, I haven't done anything yet. What are you telling me to F off for?
All right, F off. Okay, well, I'll give you some. Here you go. I'll give you something to take.
I did actually.
What about you, Julia?
It's just a name. Mine was a name. It was in a cemetery. And I always ask what's their name, if they'd like to give it. And this person gave me a name. And then I got a growl when I heard footsteps. It's a cemetery I haven't done a YouTube in yet. I don't like going there. It's just creepy as. Looks beautiful during the day. Nighttime, it's like that hospital. It is just dark, dark, dark. And everybody that goes there has a horrible experience, whether it's growls, scratches, shit goes down. Just saying. It's called Ebenezer Cemetery, if anyone knows Sydney area. It's out in the Hawkesbury region. It's in the middle of nowhere, and it's creepy as fuck. But anyway, there was a growl. I heard footsteps, and I said, well, you know, I could hear them. I said, come closer, I can hear you. And it just stopped. And so then I walked up to where I heard the footsteps. And then next minute, this big branch fell out of a tree and fell near my feet. And I just got the feeling, get the hell out of there. And when we played the EVP back, it was just this nasty growl. It was a real nasty growl.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Mine was at a mill, and it was right after I did Trans-Allegheny. Or no, I don't know if it was before or right after. I don't remember. But I think it was after Trans-Allegheny. I'm not sure. I'm still trying to figure out which one. But yeah, we did. Okay, yeah, it was before Trans-Allegheny. All right, because we did. I met these people in 2015. Yeah, and then we did Trans-Allegheny. Okay, so it was before. I had to think there for a minute. I'm sorry.
Right.
So me and my mother-in-law, we were or no, I was going out with these one people that I just met at my job, and it was after Trans-Allegheny because it was the following year. I got to go back and look at the damn video for real. But I really do. Isn't because I started my channel in 2015. So, and because that's the year I got married. So yeah, it was around that time, but I'm just trying to figure out the timeline because I really can't say it was Trans-Allegheny because it wasn't. I don't know if it was or not, but it's between Trans-Allegheny and this mill I used to go to, like the one that I told you where the spirit note, like I have a connection with the spirit. I met these people at my job. So the following year they came back and we became really good friends. And so we went out and we went on a, a little day trip or whatever. And we went to this mill that I had just found, and it was really cool. And I really loved going there. And I went back with them because they wanted to see plantations, because on this property is also a plantation. It's called Edgewood Plantation. So if you're in Virginia and ever want to check out a place, that's a hell of a place to go to. And I'm friends with the owner too. Just say you know me. And she's like, oh, okay, cool. But there's a mill there. And the first day I ever walked on that site, I could feel the energy from that mill. And I was like, something's in there. And my husband's like, really? I was like, yeah, something. And it just drew me to it. I was like, something's in there. And then I go back with my mother-in-law. No, like I said, I go back with those people. And we're sitting there just walking around with the kids, because they're, a couple of them came with me. And we're walking around, and there's this picture frame that's just like right in the middle, just right in the middle of the door. And it's on the wall, and it's like this. And we all noticed that picture frame. And we're like, that is a beautiful picture frame because it's gold, it's just the picture frame, nothing inside, nothing. And out of nowhere, you hear, that's mine.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I'm glad it's yours. It's going to stay there. I'm not going to take it. I'm glad it's yours. So later that week, I went back with my mother-in-law. And we're sitting here, and we're just, and we both have our cameras on. We both have our phones on. And we're sitting here. And now, mind you, summer in Virginia is full of bugs and beetles and grass and annoying insects that just don't know how to leave you the hell alone. Oh my God. So we're sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, go away, bug. And then we start laughing because the bug was actually going back and forth. I'd shoot it away. She shoot it away. So we're like, oh my God, it's going back from me to you. I was like, go away, bug. And all you hear is mine. Like, wow. This dude was really possessive of something in there that was his. Like, if once you said, like, and it was weird because her phone didn't catch it, but mine did. Because we listened back to the same exact spot on where he said it. Her phone didn't get it, but mine did. And I'm like, why did he speak into my phone and not yours? So ever since then, I did like a night investigation there. We did get a name. But we don't know if it's John or Ben, because we did get a name. I heard Ben. Everyone else heard John. So we're going to call him John Ben or Ben John. I don't know. So whenever I go in there, I'm like, hi, John Ben, you know, because, and the funny thing is there's actually a picture of him in there. And I was like, and I had actually saw him before I saw the picture. And I saw the picture and I was like, holy shit. Because I saw the vision of him, you know. And then I see the picture and it confirmed every feature and everything on the face. I was like, alrighty then. Well, thank you for finally showing yourself to me that I already knew.
Yeah.
You know, but that was pretty much my first epic, really, EVP. Like, that was the most epic. And it's on my channel. It's all the way down at the bottom because that was my first video ever. But yeah, and then when we were at Trans Allegheny, we captured a groan. My Silent Hill one, the siren, that's like a really popular one. I guess because of how I worded it, Silent Hill siren. In West Virginia, in Weston, West Virginia is where this place is at. They have curfew, so at 10 o'clock, it literally sounds like the Silent Hill siren. It really does.
Really?
Yes, it really does. You gotta watch it. You really do. But it sounds like the Silent Hill siren, and it goes off at 10 o'clock. Well, he did mention that. He did go at 10 o'clock. You will hear the siren go off. It's our curfew siren. Well, we've already forgotten about it. So we're in Lily's room. Okay, we're in Lily's room, just chilling, you know, doing our thing. We did get a couple of EVPs. One actually responded to my mom, and it said, "You're perfect," which was really creepy. So after that, you know, we're in there for a minute, you hear the siren go off, and you hear me say, "Holy shit, that's some Siren Hill shit."
So is there any reason why they're in curfew?
It's a small town like Williamsburg, and this was before COVID. This was in 2016. So, I guess it's a Christian town. I think it's a really small town. If it wasn't for Tala, they wouldn't exist. If it wasn't for the asylum bringing them in business, the town, there's a lot of abandoned spots in there as well. Like there's like a little small street and it's like a little walkthrough area. But if it wasn't for Trans Allegheny, that town wouldn't exist. Tala brings them a lot of money. Tala brings them a lot of people. So, you know, because around it, it's nothing but, you know, hills that they call mountains. And these mountains out here, let me tell you, them hills are nothing compared to what I've driven on and what I've seen. Let me tell you, we've almost died a couple times, but, you know, we've made it out alive, you know.
Yeah.
But no, it's pretty much nothing but trees and hills and just road out there. And like, it's a small town. So, they have curfew. It's like 10 o'clock. It's curfew. So pretty much, I guess it's for kids. I forgot what he said, if it was for the kids or if it was just for people saying, hey, it's 10 o'clock. You might want to start getting home or something. But yeah, they actually have curfew in West Virginia, Weston, West Virginia.
Oh. Well, I couldn't live there because I start coming alive at 10 o'clock.
Right? Dude.
They'd be like, no way, I don't want to go to bed now. This is where the fun starts.
Yeah, I couldn't live there. I couldn't live there. Nope. I'm good. You don't tell me what to do. That's why I like Vegas, because it's 24 hours. It's a 24-hour city, man. It never stops. Like, we came home yesterday at 2 o'clock in the morning. So we were literally coming home, and the interstate was just busy. And I'm like, there's still people out at 2 o'clock in the morning. This interstate is busy as shit. You know, 2 o'clock in the morning, still busy. And I'm just like, okay, whatever, you know. All right, guys, but I'm going to.
Okay, what we'll do, you wait right there. Everybody, thank you very much for joining.
Thank you so much.
And don't forget, people, if you haven't watched it yet, go and subscribe to Vegas Paranormal. Give her a like, give her a thumbs up, comment on the videos. She's got some great contacts. She's been through a couple of them at the moment. And again, a big thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
You have to stay right
Just
there
stay
for a
there
few.
for a sec.
Just stay there for a sec, okay? We're going to talk.
And we'll drop her link later.
Yep.
And thank you so much. If you want to be part of our chat, hit us up. We're happy to have you on.
And if you do want to have a chat on this, just go to Jason Ghost Hunter on Facebook. Send us a message through that. And Julia and I will get back to you and we'll work out something for you. So anybody's welcome. We're always happy to help anybody promote your pages. And, yeah, always welcome. All right, guys. See you soon.
Bye, guys. Thank you.